long history here in Lake Forest. I've been a resident for 25 years. My wife and I raised our kids here. I patrolled here. I love this organization. I have the privilege of working. I just had my 30-year anniversary with the Sheriff's Department. I started from the bottom up. I'll start with my first leadership lessons. You got to love what you do. You have to love it with a passion. But more importantly, you have to know that what your role is and what you hope to accomplish. With the Sheriff's Department, I used to work in mortgage finance, and I wanted a less stressful job, so I went into law enforcement. But we have a service, and we should look at people who we serve as our clients, as our customers. We have 13 contract cities in the Sheriff's Department. We actually serve about 800,000 residents of the 3.2 million in Orange County for direct patrol service. We have countywide services that we provide through the entire county. It's a large and very complex organization. People do not want to work for me. People want to work in an environment where they can be successful. All I can do is set the table for them, give them opportunity, give them the tools to do the job, the training to do the job, and trust them to do the job, and get out of their way. And every time I've used that simple recipe, I call it the 3 T's, the simple recipe of setting the table for them and getting out of their way, they have gone way further than I ever expected them to be, accomplished way more than I ever asked of them to do. They get much more innovative. They feel empowered. People look at the millennials as problematic, difficult, hard to contain. We were all millennials at one time. We were just under a different name. But if you let them be what they want to be, if you give them purpose and value, it has tremendous feedback. Simply put, leadership's about people. Supervision, management's about processes. Dotting I's, crossing T's, checking boxes. Leadership's about people. And you have to intimately know the people who you surround yourself with, who you serve, who you lead. And you don't lead them from the back with a whip. You lead them from the front waving a banner and bragging on the people who work for you. And most importantly, it's not about you anymore if you're in a leadership role, and with many of them. We have a problem. I've actually met with the editorial staff 2 years ago, and I laid down stories that the Register wrote, and I laid down all the facts that we provided to them that they discarded in their story. They wrote half a story. They want us to be trained in implicit bias. The most biased industry on the planet is the media today. It doesn't show what they want to show to discard it. If I'm going to recognize somebody, I will generally write them a letter in my handwriting. I still handwrite. I will put it in an envelope. I will address the envelope myself because I don't want the writing on the inside not to match the outside. I don't have access to the employee database, by the way. I have to call over and say, give me somebody's home address, because I mail it to their home with a stamp, because I don't want it to go through a machine to make it look impersonal. I buy stamps just for that reason. I send it to their home. If I gave it to Deputy Mark Froome, who I've known for 20 years, and he just put it in his posse box and it goes somewhere. But if Mark Froome gets it at home, or any deputy or member of the department, generally what happens is their spouse or loved one opens it up, they read it, oftentimes to their kids, right? And that recognition brings on whole new value to them. And I've had numerous times where somebody comes back to work and says, hey, chief, whatever it might be, I really appreciate the letter. My family really, really appreciated it. In my mind, what that shows me is that they see me as the same guy I work patrol with. They see me as the same guy that I work at the jail with. There's not a separation between us, between myself and them. So when people call me by my first name, to me, it's a term of endearment. It's you're still one of us, and I'm okay with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for choosing Lake Forest as your home.